Hello, Knockout Nation. I'm your host, Noel Clubb, here on the Knockout TV show, and welcome to Spanglish Sports World Network on Zingo TV, channel 250. Please remember to download the Zingo TV app from respective iOS and Android app stores, as the app is absolutely free. And while you download, please make sure to rate and leave us a comment, simply because we want to hear from you folks. That's it. That's all, eh? And Zingo TV is also available on Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire, and Fire TV sticks. Roku and Roku sticks are also available on all smart TVs from 2016 forward, eh? All right, welcome to viewers at home watching this show in our growing audience these days, which is great to see, great to hear. And let's introduce today's super duper knockout panel. So first off, this humble Canadian boxing treasure, he held 6 provincial titles. He's also an 8-time Canadian champion. He's 1986 bronze medalist in the Commonwealth Games. He's a quarterfinalist in 1986 World Championships. Please welcome the one and the only Mr. Steve Beaupre to the show. Welcome, Steve. How you doing, sir? Oh, I think we lost his audio. We'll give the volume. We'll give him a second here so he can reset his volume there on his side. Any success there? Nope. All right. We'll have to come back to you. Yeah, no sound. Thank you. Well, we'll come back to Steve. We'll come back to Steve here, and we'll move on here. But we'll come back to Steve once he's got his audio back in order. All right, so moving on. Oh. Well, he's a former Canadian heavyweight boxer from North Preston, Nova Scotia. In 2002, he was challenged for the WWA heavyweight title. He has a fight record of 37-2-1 with 27 KOs. Please welcome the one and the only Kirk Johnson to the show. Welcome, Kirk. How you doing?
Good. How y'all doing?
Yeah, there you got some audio again. Woohoo! Thank God.
Right.
How you doing, sir?
Good. I'm doing fine. I mean, just watched the Hollyfield fight last night. I'm upset in a different way. Some people saying, "Oh, Holyfield shouldn't do this, do that." I'm not worried about that. He was healthy enough to walk in that ring. I feel not that I feel. I know, because I know boxing. The fight was stopped way too soon. Maybe the second knockdown was legitimate that they called. To me, he was more off balance. He got up. He was in great shape when he got up. I looked at all the punches closely. None of the punches got him clean. He was covering up the way he was covering up when he fought Tyson and George Foreman, like this, making sure he get out of trouble. And it wasn't no significant punch hitting him, and the referee stopped the fight. And it's unfair because, to me, even when Hollyfield fought Southpaws back in the day, when he fought Michael Moore, the first few rounds he was off balance, but he eventually got on balance and started to go to work. And when you're fighting a Southpaw, even for me, I always felt unbalanced for the first round and a half until I can adjust. And his opponent stormed him and made it look good to the public, but it didn't look good to me because I know that those punches wasn't hurting Holyfield or getting in. And to me, the referee stopped it too quick before Holyfield was able to come back and show his thing.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with the point there for sure. Actually, we'll come back to that point very soon, guys. So we're going to finish off the rest of the panel, and we'll come back to that very point because, there's some great points here being raised on that very fight. So next up on this amazing panel here today is a talented Southpaw in the 69 kg weight class category. Representing Canada at the 2021 Tokyo Olympic Games, folks. Please welcome the one and the only Wyatt Sandman Sanford to the show. Welcome, sir. How you doing?
Good. Feeling good. Nice to be back on the show and talking boxing again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Had a nice vacation after Tokyo, so it's nice to get back into the swing of things.
Excellent. Hey, good to see you back, man. Get back on this show here. Very, very good. And here's our next chap here on this great panel. He's a very talented Southpaw. And he's a personal fight record of 11-0 with 9 KOs. And of course, I'm proud to say he's part of his coaching staff. Please welcome the one and the only Justin Gandoza to the show. Welcome, Justin.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely.
And,
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm back in the city. Hopefully we can get some work in. I blew up again, guys. I blew up. I got fat. You know how we are. We get big and
just living life. I mean, it happens.
Yeah,
it does happen.
Yeah,
it does happen.
But it's okay. We'll get back in track next week. Let me get some runs in, and let's get back in the pads.
Absolutely.
I had a good KO. It was a good KO, though. It was a good.
It was a great KO.
It was a good KO. Yeah,
in fact, watching the video, I love the fact he kind of does a little lean spin on the ropes, and he kind of did a combination. He walked him in the corner again. You know, it was kind of high combo into a nice, beautiful by shot. I think it was a shovel hook. I thought I heard on the on the video.
We worked on the turning. Remember, we like to do the
a little lean spin off the ropes. Yeah.
I don't like to bang with too much Mexicans because they're meant to bang. But I was trying to box him, but the opportunity was there. I took it.
Exactly, you took it right away. Well, the by shot was beautiful because you actually can hear the snap in the by shot exclusively in that combination on the video. I was like, whoa, there it is. You can hear the guy kind of grunt and drop and go, oh, and it's like, yes, that's it.
The funny thing, I wasn't even thinking of the body. It just came. It just came. I don't know. I just threw a combo, and I wasn't looking for a knockout. I thought about it. Let me get my rounds in, but it was there.
Yeah, beautiful.
Muscle memory. I mean, it's what you worked on in the gym, and it just came out. Without you having to think about it, and that's the way it's supposed to be. You're not even supposed to look for it or think about it. It just came when an opportunity presented itself. So you did great.
Absolutely. Yeah, very true. Yeah, so before we get started, guys, I want to go over to Wyatt here because he is our current Olympian here on this show. So Wyatt, just to kind of share with us about the experience going over to Tokyo, Japan.
It was different, especially with all of the COVID and everything. Like that was one of the big things is we weren't able to fully enjoy the experience because there were so many restrictions on what we were allowed to do. But the experience, the fight itself, it's been a long time since I was in the ring for a fight.
So right? The COVID-19,
COVID ruined so much for that. Not just ruined, but we weren't able to move forward. We were held back a bit longer than what we should have, and we weren't able to get the experience and get that proper preparation for it.
Preparation, correct. Absolutely.
But for what we had and what Boxing Canada was able to do for us to get us as prepared as what we were was excellent.
Yeah, I agree. Because I mean, as you know, our whole continent was shut down for this whole duration of time. When Europe was still competing, they're still active, but we couldn't do anything. So, we lost the original roster we had set for the Olympic team. We lost that roster because they could not compete moving forward. Didn't have enough experience through the IBA points to go on, so we had to go back and form a whole new team at that point in time. Thank God you made the team. So it's a great experience for you moving forward. Yeah, it's good for you. Watching you now, keep going on your pathway. I think it's fantastic. See you again next Olympic Games. Your wealth of knowledge will be just so much more. So it's gonna be a fantastic journey for you.
We're hoping for another Olympic Games, but we're hoping that instead of 69, we'll be at 63.
Yeah, so you should be a lower weight class, as we discussed.
Yeah, a little bit small. I'm a little bit too small for that weight class.
Agreed. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't know if you watched the fight or not, but the guy was about 6 foot, 6'1".
Yeah,
and I don't come in at that.
Correct. Yeah, it's really quite a disadvantage right there in a lot of ways. The weight being definitely a disadvantage for you, and of course, doing with bigger guys, these bigger dudes. Yeah. Coming down in weight class. So
I don't walk around big either. I weighed in at 67 for the fight. Yeah, I was small to begin with.
Wow. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, yeah, what a challenge you had there.
You can go down in weight. Yeah,
absolutely.
So that's the goal is dropping down to 63, and we're gonna start putting some guys away.
Right on, man. If you want to hear,
you don't want to be the smallest in the weight division. You want to be the top of the weight division.
I want to be the big
size wise.
Exactly.
Yeah, and weight.
I want to start being the bully.
Right on.
Yeah,
that's the spirit. Put Canada back on the map again. Olympic Games. Right on, Wyatt. Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, man. So once again, congratulations on your Olympic experience, and I'm glad you came back home safe and sound. And so actually, just to share with us kind of briefly too, when you're down in the Olympic Village, how is that all like? With all these restrictions going on, did you have to guys go in there quickly and get out? Like, how did it all work out for meals and just everyday stuff for you guys in the Olympic Village?
Well, it was we had a set training facility where we was giving a set time that we had to go in and train.
I see.
You always had to have your mask on. The only time you were allowed to take your mask off was when you were in your bed. If you're in your room, your apartment building, you have to have your mask. When we went to eat everything, you had to have your mask on. And then when you got your food, it's like a big buffet style, go get whatever you want. And then when you sit down, you have plastic things going across and to your side.
Yeah.
So you're not actually interacting with anybody beside you. And that was such a bad thing because it muzzled so much sound.
Yeah.
The person that was beside you, you had a hard time talking to them.
Right, yeah.
But that was
how can you really communicate with them when we have all those restrictions on you? Yeah, very true.
So that was one of the things that took the joy away from the Olympics. Is there's so many top tier athletes that you want to meet and see, but you have no idea who they are because you have a mask on.
That's right. Eh?
You can't socialize the best. It takes socialism away from us. Yes.
And yet it's a perfect place to have that social connection. It's right there in the Olympic Games with those great Olympians and all that great knowledge, experience, and wow, very true.
We got one more shot.
So that's the thing. We got one more shot. We'll be trying for pass, and hopefully the masks are gone in 3 years.
Yes. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope so too, guys. I hope so too.
Hopefully the virus is gone. If the virus is gone, we can live our same life we used to live. And when you get to the Olympics again, you can talk to these other people. And when you go pro or retire, what have you, you got the stories to tell about the famous people that you met. Like, as far as I met Tio, the Cuban guy, the heavyweight. Of course, Savon. I fought Savon before, so I met him a couple times before Barcelona. But we spoke in Barcelona. And Teo Stevenson, I met him at the 1989 1990 World Junior Championships in Peru.
Wow!
And we spoke over there. But if it was the pandemic, we wouldn't have been able to speak and hug each other and talk to each other. And my father got him on camera. Like, I can see it right today. And we had him on video camera, and he gave his opinion on how I fought and how he felt that I got robbed or what have you. We got that on tape too. But anyway, I wouldn't have had that experience if we had a pandemic at the time. So I just hope that you do get the opportunity to do it again so you can tell your kids these great stories about these great athletes, and you being a great athlete yourself.
Exactly.
Have good stories to tell your kids one day.
That is definitely, and that is one of the things that I didn't like was I wasn't able to be a part of the opening ceremonies because I competed within 48 hours afterwards, so I wasn't allowed to go, and I wasn't allowed to be there for the closing ceremonies either.
Wow, what a shame.
And that's one of the big things is because like talking with everybody, like even when I was back in Nova Scotia training with Wayne, talking like once the tournament is over, it's that time of relaxing and hanging out with all the athletes and talking.
Yeah.
But that's with the COVID. After I lost, I had to leave Japan in 48 hours.
Wow.
Right.
That experience.
Yeah.
Unreal.
I mean,
Unreal.
At the time I was there in '92, the Dream Team was there. We all got to shake the Dream Team hand and talk to Charles Barkley and all the guys that was on the Dream Team, and we all hugged and they wanted to take our jackets and they wanted our hats, but because of the ceremony, we had to keep all that stuff. But we were able to interact with them, and like I said, I just feel bad that you weren't able to do that. But like I said, let's just pray that you're able to go to the next Olympics and get that same feeling back again.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sure he will. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's the goal. So we got to get another 3 more years of experience, everything back, and we should be good to go. Especially with that smaller weight class, I think we're going to have a better shot.
I totally agree with you.
Experience too.
Yeah, totally agree.
You know the feeling.
Yeah. You know, that was one of the things I didn't like though, was it didn't feel so when I got up into the ring, it didn't feel like I was fighting because there was no spectators.
Yeah.
Right. Good point.
Just,
good point. Yeah.
It felt like a sparring match.
Yeah.
Right.
So I remember every time I fight, I always kiss my hand in the air, and I spin around. And you can see it on the film. I hesitate halfway.
Right.
Halfway, I go through my mind. I go, "Why am I doing this? There's no one,
no fans." Exactly. Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
And I think that helped as well. It helped the nerves and everything. That it felt more like a sparring than a fight.
Right, than a fight. Yeah,
right.
Skill fight.
I like having that feeling, and I like having the fans, everybody cheering every time there's an exchange.
Right on, yeah.
It helps you perform. Yes.
Right? And without that, it's just so it's so
kind of empty, right?
Yeah.
It's like I don't think I've always been able to hear my coaches talk during the fight, but I've never been ever been able to hear them so clearly. There was no trying to guess what they were saying. I heard what they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
So the Olympic Games, we're actually allowing the coaches to actually call out to the athletes in the ring. If
they wanted to.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, I know previous ones got kind of more strict about that, but that's good to know.
So that was also one of the good things is they allowed me to keep my beard.
Oh, good point.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. That's good.
Right?
Yeah.
The day before, they announced that we could keep the facial hair.
Wow, interesting. That's a big step. In boxing, amateur
You
boxing.
didn't have the headgear, right? They took that out.
There's no headgear.
Yeah, no headgear at that point in time. Yeah.
Do you feel that benefits you?
So, I like having no headgear. The only thing I don't like is fighting a tournament without headgear.
Yeah, that's not fair. I agree.
Because
too much damage.
A punch is the same with or without the headgear. A punch is
100%.
It's the same, but the headgear protects the headbutts, the elbows, the forearms, everything like that. So, in my opinion, if you're having one fight, no problem, take the headgear off. But if we're in a tournament, have a headgear until the finals.
Right on. I agree.
That way, the best guy or somebody that should be in the finals isn't getting put out because of a cut.
Correct.
Right.
It's so likely to happen.
I agree with that.
Right?
Yeah, 100% agree with that.
I think I'd like to see them do that. Is have the headgear until the finals, and then after the finals, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, agreed. Now, are you guys wearing gauze in the Olympic Games, or is it still hand wraps?
No, we were wearing gauze.
You're wearing gauze.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Which I love. I love the feeling of gauze.
Yeah, gauze is pretty special. Once you put that on, it is a very special feeling.
Once you fight with gauze, you don't want hand wraps anymore.
It's hard to go back.
No, definitely not. Exactly.
It's like putting on the real pro gloves on. Where you try out the first time, you go back to the 10 ounce, 12 ounce later on. It's like, oh boy, that does feel really good. You won't get hit by a hard shot with those gloves on, but the feel is like, whoa.
That was me and there probably a couple of years ago. Me and Castillo Clayton were sparring, and wanted to do some technical work for an upcoming fight. And he gave me so we both put on the 8-pound pro gloves.
Oh yeah.
And as soon as I put them on, I'm like, man, that feels so good. But about halfway through the technical sparring with them, I'm like, I don't like these.
It's a little too hard, eh? It's a little too hard, eh?
That happened to me too. When I was in Mexico, my first fight, they gave me some gloves. And I'm like, oh, these are warm-up gloves? And they're like, no, that's what you're going to fight that. I'm like, this gloves has been worn like 30 fights already. You see the horsehair flying out. I'm like, there's no padding. And then they're like, yeah, it's normal. What do you mean? I'm like, this is Everlast MX. You know the MX?
Right. Yes, I do.
And it had zero padding. It was sweaty still.
Whoa.
Someone just used it. It was still sweaty. And then they're like, yeah, it's good gloves. It's good color, right?
Well, it's like going to a tournament in amateur boxing, same thing too, right? You're the last fight of the whole day of scheduled fights. And you're still putting on the same pair of gloves are worn, like 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago.
Oh my God.
The same lovely feeling. Yeah. Well, boys, let's move on to this topic of, of course, from last night, which we were discussing before the show, which is, of course, Evander Hollyfield fighting last night against Victor Belfort. course, Evander Holyfield's now 58 years old, and of course, our opinions are a little bit mixed as far as what the public's saying right now, which we felt the fight was kind of called a little bit too soon, a little too prematurely. But let's talk about it, boys. What's your opinion? What's your opinion on this fight?
It wasn't called a little bit too soon. It was called a lot too soon. The bottom line is Evander Holyfield passed the medical. He trained for the fight. And was the fight an 8-rounder? Going to be 8-rounder?
Yeah, it's 8-rounder,
Yeah. And I even in the past, when Holyfield was in his best days, he always had trouble with Southpaws. He was always off balance until he adjusted. And the referee never gave him an opportunity to adjust. I said, even the legitimate knockdown, I looked at his legs. Holyfield get up, no problem at all. He didn't get up slow. He get up perfect. He wasn't wobbly. That punch, in my mind, he was going back. He was off balance the whole time. And the punches wasn't hitting him when he was trying to throwing a lot of punches at Holyfield the second time around when the referee stepped in. So I don't like the situation at all. And to me, yes, I understand he is 58, but what does 58 mean? Does it mean that automatically you're going to die when you get hit or stuff like that? So, no, I don't agree with the stoppage at all. And I feel that it was a bad deal done to Holyfield. And, hey, maybe they're going to have the other guy fight, I don't know, one of those brothers or whatever, set up to be a bigger fight or whatever. I don't like the fact that they used Holyfield's name for that situation. That's the way I feel about it.
Like a stepping stone in this kind of case, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. It did kind of, as optics is concerned, I thought it was a little too premature too. But I don't know about you guys, but I do kind of see sometimes, I guess more my experience in a living style boxing, aka amateur boxing. You see a lot of kind of calls being, or referees stepping in too soon on fights, and of course it does happen in pro fights too. But we guys take on the fight there last night. What's you guys take on that as well? Going around the panel, Wyatt, Justin.
In my opinion, I think the referee stopping the fight early might not be a bad thing, especially with what happened there a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yes, the female fighter. Yes,
I think most of the refs for a little bit are going to start jumping on top of things a little bit more,
cautious,
just because of that. I believe that he can take it. He can keep going. He's proved that in the past, and he's still in good shape for 58. He's still a hell of a fighter. Yeah. I just think with what happened with the two females that the refs are just wanting to make sure everybody is more safe.
Yeah.
I hope that don't happen. I hope the referees understand that life goes on and you can't stereotype everybody the same. And that's the bottom line, because sure, is it tragic that happened a few weeks ago in the sport of boxing? We had death in the sport of boxing before that also. We had death in every other sport. We have death I had an uncle. He was in a house by himself. He was like 48 years old. Walked down the steps, fell down, hurt himself seriously, died.
Wow.
So, what you going to say? You're not going to have people stay in the house by themselves because he died in the house by himself and he wasn't ill or nothing like that. So just follow the rules of the game, and these other type of precautions, it takes from the sport. I mean, why have the sport if everybody's going to be super scared? I mean, we got to take chances in life. And the bottom line is, I know stopping that fight early did not help anything as far as Holyfield health, because those punches was not hitting Holyfield.
Yeah.
Bottom line. It's different that he was getting hit like Victor Ortiz. Well, Victor Ortiz got hit for real, and he was out for real. If with those type of punches, I understand stopping the fight. But if you look at it, Holyfield was not getting hit at all the second time around. Bottom line.
Yeah, I agree. Well, there weren't clean shots. You're right. It's just, I use the word optics because it was like a perception. Yeah, I can totally agree. Yeah.
Well,
Justin, you had a comment
Sorry?
Justin, you had a comment, Justin? You comment?
Yeah, well, I haven't seen the fight. I'm probably going to watch it tonight. I missed it. But what I'm worried about is they're comparing UFC to boxing lately a lot. I don't know if you guys noticed. Like Anderson Silva goes and fights Chavez Jr. And Chavez Jr. retardedly goes there out of weight, like out of shape, and he didn't look too good. And now people think, oh, UFC is better than boxing. It's two different sports, in my opinion, right? And it's like comparing soccer and football. There is some kicking in football, and there is some passing, but it's two completely different sports. Maybe the training, like strength and conditioning, may be the same, but it's two different sports. And I don't like the fact that they're showing that, oh, boxing is like a joke. Right. That's what I feel. That's what I feel. They feel like boxing, anyone could do it, and like those two brothers, the Paul brothers, or whatever their name is. They're kind of making a mockery out of our sport, and there's people like you guys that went to the Olympics, sacrificed their whole life, and not even getting a fraction of their paycheck and getting noticed. So now people think, oh, I want to try boxing and make money and just have a loud mouth.
Yeah, right? No kidding. I'm going to play boxing all of a sudden now.
Yeah, and I just kind of feel bad for people like us that actually dedicate our life. And so now there's a rapper. His name is like Blueface. He had a nice fight. I think he won, and all of a sudden he gets more money than an average pro. Like, that's not cool.
Good point.
Yeah. If you really wanted to, get DePaul to fight Canelo Alvarez instead of Mayweather. Mayweather is he's a boxer. He's not like Canelo, like a knockout artist. And if you fought like a Canelo, the sport of boxing would look more serious. But they know what they're doing. They're picking and choosing. I mean, everyone's entitled with money. Everyone's entitled to picking their fights, but in the same time, if you're in that level making millions of dollars, you can't make a mockery out of us.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Well, the real right. To me, the real fighters like Canelo, Castile Clayton,
Triple G,
you, Justin, Triple G, the real fighters are going to get their just due eventually. I know that for a fact because skills are skills. But let's just be honest. The world is changing. The world of social media and entertainment is changing. Don't get me wrong. Is boxing is gonna change? No, boxing is gonna stay the same. We're gonna have to work our butts off to get to where we want to get to, like back in the old days. And I know what you're saying, Justin. You're saying that these guys can come out the street and make a bunch of noise and make this entertainment $1 million, a quick $1 million and $2.
Yeah. Oh, that's Steve Audio? Oh, he's back on. Yay!
Right. Make lots of money doing it.
Yeah. I agree with you. I want the boxers to make that type of money. The guys are gonna make that money. Castile Clayton's gonna make the money. Justin, you're gonna make the money eventually. Why? When you turn pro, you're gonna make that money eventually. But I know what you're saying. It just seems too easy the way they come with the blue and make a bunch of noise. But we just got to get used to it because the media, which is the crowd, and also the crowd, the fans, they like superficial things. You know what I'm saying? Like they like things that, just like we're wrestling, they like those type of things. They like loudmouth. They like stuff that's seem like they like acting things sometimes a little more than the real things sometimes. But at the end of the day, you guys are going to get your just due. Justin, you're going to get your just due. Wyatt, you're going to get your just due. At the end of the day, just continue to do what you guys do, and you will get it. But yes, I agree with you, Justin. Though, but I try to be softer on the situation and just say, you know what? It's good entertainment for the public, and that's who's paying for it. The public people are paying for it, and that's what they like. Unfortunately,
the public is paying for it. See, there's the biggest problem now. Is they rather watch a Paul fight because these are new fans. The old fans are kind of dying off now.
Yeah, correct.
Right now, these new fans want to see celebrity fights. Trump said that he wanted to fight Biden.
Yeah.
And it's a joke. It's a joke. More people want to watch that than a Canelo and Triple G fight. You get what I'm trying to say?
I do though. Yeah.
People want to watch that happen. By the way,
people want to watch those guys do those fights because the top guys aren't fighting each other.
Correct. That's problem.
Lopez and Davis, great example.
That's the only head right there.
When are they going to fight each other?
Yeah,
that's been on for years.
Yeah.
The top guys aren't fighting each other, so the fans, I think, they're at least giving the fans something that they want instead of those top level guys not fighting the top level guys.
Okay, when you say the top level guys are not fighting each other, I heard, me and Roy Jones are cool, but I heard Roy Jones say that also, that the top level guys are not fighting each other. Spence is 31, and Sean Porter is 32.
Yeah.
They fought each other at 31 and 32. Tarver and Roy Jones took until 34, 35 to finally fight each other. And don't forget, Roy Jones was supposed to fight Calzaghe years ago when he was undefeated. He never went overseas to fight him.
That's when it began, when those fighters started to do that, right? They
right. Right. So what I'm saying is,
thanks to Mayweather,
right. But you know what? When Mayweather fought De La Hoya, he asked for the fight, and he took less money, less everything. Mayweather fought the winner between every time Mayweather was fighting. Let's not forget it. He took the winner between Berto and Ortiz. He said he'll fight the winner. Ortiz won. He fought Ortiz, didn't he? And eventually down the road, he fought Berto. So Mayweather was always fighting the best of the two. Whoever they thought was going to beat Mayweather, he said, well, when these two fights, I'll fight the best out of the two, or whatever the case may be. So don't forget the history about that. But I see Roy Jones saying stuff like they're not fighting each other no more. But at the same time, during Roy Jones' days, he was supposed to go over there and fight Calzaghe and Nigel Benn, and is another guy over there he was supposed to fight, the Black Knight or whatever. He never fought those guys.
Yeah.
And he was saying, well, he's the A-team. If he was so confident, like Tyson Fury, didn't Tyson Fury come to USA twice to fight Deontay Wilder? And also, don't forget, he went over in Russia to fight the Klitschko, didn't he? So Tyson Fury went in he beat everybody in their own backyard.
Yeah. Well, Fury's more special because he is more of a courageous. I'm going after those guys. That's what I like about Tyson Fury's attitude, because he doesn't hold back as far as
what I'm saying is he is a fighter that if he wants to say that the best are not fighting the best, he can say, because he's going in everybody's backyard to beat everybody.
Yeah.
And when I hear Roy,
old school mentality. Go,
but when
you in your own backyard,
Yes. But when I hear Roy Jones say it, Roy Jones kind of he thinks that people forgot how he did it, that he didn't go in these other guys, Nigel Benn and Calzaghe's backyard when he was in his prime. I remember that because I was after Roy Jones' time, but I knew when that stuff was going on. Like, don't forget that. So when he commentates and say that stuff, I just say to myself, what are you talking about, Roy? Like, you were supposed to go over there and fight Nigel Benn. You were supposed to go fight Calzaghe when you were in your prime, when you were like 29, 30, but you never went over there, not until you lost a few fights in a row, and then now it's like, okay, I got to get these fights now, whatever.
Yeah, I felt when the Calzaghe fight kind of goes. Oh, sorry, Steve, but
too many sanctioning bodies also, right?
That's true too. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, there was only really two: WBA, WBC. Then the IBF came in, and then slowly the other ones came in.
Yeah, it makes it more complicated for sure.
All these, like in the amateurs, there's only one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, one governing body essentially. Yeah.
But here's the thing. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry. This is my opinion, and this is what kind of makes me a little bit mad about boxing. So let's go to a bar, and we will ask 20 people, hey, do you know who Jake Paul is? They're gonna say, oh yeah, I know Jake Paul. yeah, right. We then we'll say, hey, do you know who Emmanuel Navarrete is?
Right.
Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Okay, we could just say a normal boxer that's high level. Do you know who Triple G is? They're not going to know who Triple G is. They only know what's in the social media, and that's the problem. We are losing the boxing fan, and that's what's hurting us, because they only see what's in Instagram, what's on Facebook, what's in the computer, what's whatever.
Yeah, it's a new form of information this way. Yeah,
Mayweather's name is Mayweather. Everyone knows Mayweather. Now, if we're gonna say, okay, Triple G and Canelo Alvarez is fighting. Holy smokes, that's a good one. That's part 3. So we could actually see a knockout now, right? They're gonna say but I'd rather watch Jake Paul. Right. You see the difference?
Yeah.
And these newcomers are paying our bills. We are the fans that pay pay-per-view, but these new fans are willing to watch something else. So you see how it's getting messed up. Like, what's his name? The Olympian guy.
Wyatt.
Sorry. Yeah. Look, he represented Canada. Okay. Yeah. He should be praised here in Canada. He should be. A lot of people should say, "Wow, he represented Canada. Holy smokes, this guy's the man." But now, when are you gonna fight Jake Paul? I bet you his friends are asking him that. And do you know what I'm trying to say?
If he's throwing $1 million at me, I will for sure.
Yeah,
sign me up right now. That's right.
Everything evolves around.
I'll be your manager, Wyatt. I'll be your manager.
Yeah. We're not doing a good job of promotion. That's the problem.
No, it's true.
Bob Arum is horrible.
Agreed.
That's my opinion. And a self-promoter like Mayweather did a lot better. And
but that's why he became a self-promoter.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And one thing I gotta add is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Mayweather is as rich as we think. I think he used that as promotion. There's a lot of people in the back end that gets paid, right? Like I don't think he uses the money. Oh, money made this and that with jewelry, this and that. He's not really a cocky guy, in my opinion. I think he's just using that for promotion.
Oh yeah, yes, 100%.
Definitely, it's part of the shtick, right? It's really part of the shtick, it's part of the act.
Yeah, so, like me, when I get paid for boxing, there's a lot of people in the back end getting money. I look at my paycheck. I'm like, well, you know what? This is the beginning. I'm still gonna get that money that I want. This is an investment. Basically, the money I get paid is just to cover my hotel, cover my food, and my flight. That's about it.
True.
But if you do the math, I'm not getting really paid.
You're right.
No,
you're right.
But you're gonna get there. You know, I know where you're coming from. I got paid like that early in life. By the time I fought John Ruiz, $1 million. 8 months before I fought John Ruiz, $1.2 million signing bonus. But before that, another $1.1 million signing bonus. And don't get me wrong, I had to still pay my taxes. I still had to pay my people, but I did come out with a good amount of money that I can help to raise my kids. My wife don't do anything all by herself. Matter of fact, when I'm at the mall, my kids run down the mall. Daddy, I want this. Why did you go to your mother? Because your mommy sent me down to you for the buy it. So I feel good. I feel good that I can do stuff like that. But Justin, I feel you all the way. And when I say stuff the way I say it, I'm not saying it because I don't agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I'm just saying that, you know what? Check this out. Social media is not going nowhere, right?
No. Yeah, it's the future, and it's now and it's the future.
You guys, Wyatt, Justin, you guys just have to stay super focused and do your best that you can do, and don't really worry about the other side. I mean, if you got some promoter that can help promote you in a different way, or you got people that can help self-promote you, do that. But it's hard to, I know what you're saying, it's hard to contend with the Jake just coming off the street and these guys getting paid big like that. I don't like it, but what can you do, right? So you guys just got to stay focused as our fighters and do the best you can do. But Justin, I feel you all the way though. I'm with you 100% on that.
Yeah. No, we all agree with you there for sure.
But what do we do though? Do we complain about it, or do we just grind
just talk about it
in our sport? Yeah, that's
you're right.
no. We're just talking, but at the same time we're talking, I want to make sure that the young guys understand that, you know what, that's good on that side, but you know what, you guys are gonna become legends in your own way also. You know what I'm saying? So you guys are doing a great job, and you never know. Check this out. How long you been fighting pro now, Justin?
4.5 years. So I turned pro at, I think, 24, and
How old are
I'm
you?
28. I'm 28, turning 29.
Yeah, you got you and I saw you fight. You're fast Southpaw, right?
Thank you.
And you have excellent defense. You got super fast hands and super movement. Boxers don't retire or have to retire as quick as they did 30, 40 years ago. You're gonna have you got more years to come, and trust me, you're gonna get it at the last moment. You're gonna get it, and just before you retire, the last 3 or 4 years, all of a sudden, you're gonna say, "Wow, now I'm making this big money." And could be, I'm not gonna say this is unfortunate, but right now it sounds to be unfortunate. But unfortunately, you might be in one of those type of fights that they pay you $5 million or $10 million in those type of Jake fights. You know, you're gonna take it if they say to you right now, "Let me take that fight." So the sky's the limit for you guys. Trust me.
No hesitation. No.
Here's the thing.
Right?
My goal is by 31 years old, my record should be around 20 and 0. God bless. Let's hope it's 20 and 0. I'm waiting for someone like a Tank Davis to lose, and I'll be like a stepping stone. But that's what I'm waiting for, and I know that's gonna happen. Ryan Garcia, someone like that's high level that lost, and I'm gonna be their Amir Khan. Let's just say that.
Yes.
And them. You know what? Let's face it. I probably will be in the B side, but I'll give it my all. And at least I can sleep at night and say, "Hey, I fought the best. I tried, and I don't care what happens from the judges, or maybe I can knock him out. I don't know." But in my opinion, I think Tank is the real deal. I think Devin Haney's the real deal.
He's the real deal. Yeah. Oh no, he's the real deal. Yeah.
I think all those guys are the real deal. If I fight them, do you think I'm going to win? I don't know. I probably will lose. To be honest with you, I'm not being.
What is your record? What is your record right now?
I'm 11 and 0. I'm 11 and 0.
You're 11 and 0.
Yeah.
And your next fight, you're gonna be 12 and 0, right?
12 and 0. Yeah.
As far as saying, I'm gonna try my best, I'm gonna do good. You don't need to say that. You're gonna do good regardless. I know you're trying to be humble and say, "Well, I'm hoping that I'm going to be undefeated." You're going to be undefeated. You have to believe me. Castile Clayton. He's home for a minute. We were training. He was sparring with one of these young guys. We were training in the gym the other day, and I told the young guy, I said, "Man, even though Steele's home, I'm 250 pounds." We were doing the speed training. The speed training, you explode for 8 seconds, throw as many punches you can throw for 8 seconds, and then you got a 30-second rest and do it again. We do it 10 times in a row. And normally when my father, Kirk Johnson, who is both of our coaches as amateurs, when he count our punches, in 8 seconds, I do like 40 punches. 8 seconds can still do like 42 punches. But sometimes I beat him. And after we did it, the first thing I said to the young fella, he's like, he just turned 18. I said to him, I said, you guys saw what happened. Castile can't, whatever. He ain't in my class, man. I said, I threw 4 more punches than he threw. He threw 40 punches in 8 seconds. I threw 44 punches in 8 seconds. But Steele said, but the first 7, I beat you. I said, I don't care. I beat you the last time. And then Steele looked at Castile looked at the young guy and said, see the attitude that Kirk has? His attitude is, he know that he can beat me speed-wise, even though I'm 100 pounds over Castile. So Castile told the young fella, you got to have that attitude that Kirk has. The attitude is okay, for the public, we're going to be humble. But when we're in the gym, you got to walk it and talk it. You got to say, I'm going to do it. So would you, Justin, when you said that you want to be undefeated 20-0, what in the next year or so or whatever? No.
A year and a
in the
half.
next couple. Okay, in the next year and a half, you're gonna be undefeated. Check this.
Thank you.
You got to do everything you need to do to be undefeated. Don't even accept the fact that you're gonna lose. You got enough acceptance to accept you're gonna lose if you ever lose. But right now, because you never lost, you're not gonna lose, and you got to believe that, because we have to believe that we can conquer the world. Okay, so do that.
Right on.
One last
not
thing,
you
sorry, can I
go ahead. Yes.
You say you got to go to the gym and say, oh, like you have that mentality. But the funny thing is, when I go to the gym, a lot of the times I like to spar amateur guys as well, because it's a different style.
Oh, yeah.
It's a completely different style. I like to spar them because they're bouncy and stuff. And, sometimes amateurs get the better of me. It's true. They do. But the thing is, I'm working on my craft. I'm not thinking of, I'm going to beat them up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No.
That's right.
There's a lot of people that.
So what I'm saying with that.
Sorry.
So excuse me. So Castile Clayton, he'll tell anybody. I don't know if he told you why, but why I aspire all the time at the end, right?
Very cool.
Yeah. He used to call me on the phone. Kirk, when are you coming home? I said, man, I'm getting ready to fight, or I'm training for a fight, hoping that the fight work out. Still used to call me in Texas and say, man, you need to come home because I'm fighting for the Canadian title for the 3rd time, and I need you to come home because he feels he can go all out on me, but the other guys he couldn't go all out on. So people are looking at me, Castile Spire, and don't forget, I'm 6'2.5", 250, 60 pounds. I make 2 of steel. Wyatt, you saw me in real life before, right?
Yeah.
You see how big I am over Castile, right?
Yeah, I saw you a couple of times down at City of Lakes.
Yeah, and cool. I'm gigantic over steel, but we still sparred. And you know what? Many nights he get the best out of me when he was an amateur, and a few nights, even if it's just if 5 nights go by and 4 to 5 nights, still win. Like he get the best out of me. When I get the best out of him that one day, you know what I say? I told y'all, you got to believe in yourself. And it's not me bragging. It's the fact that because I'm a veteran, I understand that you got to try until you can't try no more. And far as I'm concerned, you're not dead. You're still alive. You're still in great health. You're still in great shape. You're going to try until you can't try. And you're right. You're working on your craft. Steele used to work on his craft. He didn't work on beating me. He worked on his craft, but some of his craft was trying to outspeed me, and some of my craft is trying to outspeed him. So after the workout, we used to look at each other. He said, you see that pivot move? I got on you. I said, yeah, but do you see when I blocked that shot? We used to say stuff like that, joke around. But like I said, initially, it's you working on your craft, and whether the amateur or pro, if they win a round, who cares? The main thing is, actually, they're going to win rounds, because when you're working on a specific thing, you can't revert to trying to beat him. You got to stay with trying to complete that move that you're trying to complete. So your frame of mind, Justin, is great.
The first thing me and Noel, we train. He trains me, right, when I'm in Canada. Exactly. And it's funny. The first thing I told him was, I'm fast now. Yeah. I'm strong now. In my opinion, I never sparred anyone faster than me, right? And I told him the first thing I told him was, we got to work on my technical, because this speed is going to be gone within 4 years. It's going to be gone. I know that. So I told him, we got to work on technical, because I don't have to rely on my athletic ability anymore. I could work on my craft. I could do this pivot move, and I don't have to be as fast. I don't have to waste as much energy, because right now I'm like an energizer. I could and then I'm good.
That's true.
Don't forget Manny Pac-Man.
Be more efficient. Yeah.
Don't forget about Manny Pac-Man. He wasn't too slow his last fight.
No.
I mean, style. He lost the fight because of style, but not because of speed.
No, as long as you keep at it, you don't lose it.
Well put.
As long as you keep looking at it, you don't lose it.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
Sure.
Well, Castillo saw me training 2 nights ago. We were training together. He looked at me and said, "Man, I don't understand how you can do the speed training and your hands are that fast." Kirk Johnson saw me 2 years ago, just before the pandemic, in Toronto training. He couldn't believe that my hands was still so fast and I move still so fast around the gym. And then when I'm sparring with the young guys, the small guys, they can't believe that I can make them still miss and duck or whatever. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I got no more to say after that. Yeah.
You got great experience.
So Justin, right. But my speed is still there. So Justin, I'm telling you, you're gonna be more than great. You're gonna have the stuff you're talking about. You're not gonna lose it when you lose it. But at the same time, I know what you're saying. Don't take it for granted. Work on your craft like you're supposed to. You're right. You're doing the right thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, he is. He sure
what weight
is.
are you at?
Sorry?
What weight are you at?
Right now, I'm walking around. If I tell you guys, you're not going to believe me. I'm walking at 160 right now.
And what do you fight at? No, what do you fight at? What weight you fight at?
I'm supposed to be a 122 fighter.
Don't
that's
let me. No,
that's smart on your body, man.
Went out. Let me tell you this here.
Smart on your body.
Do you know Paul? Went out. Do you know Paul Ayala? He won a world title at 122.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
After I lost to Klitschko, Paulie said, "Well, Kirk, I'm gonna start walking around 20 pounds over." I said, "Well, how much you walk around now?" 30 pounds over. He went out 30 pounds. Went on 30 pounds over.
Wow.
But his body never looked bad. He was always playing basketball. He never pigged out. The bottom line is our bodies retain water, and when you retain water, your weight on the scale is heavy. But the first 3 weeks in training, check this out. You can lose. You don't even have to try it. I noticed when I'm in training camp, the first 3 weeks, 15 pounds of water shed off right away, and I don't even have to try for it. So your weight sounds, when you say you're 30 pounds over, it sounds bad, but people don't understand the first 3 weeks that excess water shed off no problem. It's the last 10 pounds that's a problem. So you'll be okay. After talking to Bernard Hopkins and Roy Jones and talking to Thomas Hearns, now when Thomas Hearns fought Ray Leonard, even Manuel Stewart said it on TV. I had an interview of him. He said Thomas Hearns walks around at 180, 185 as a big welterweight, but when he fought Ray Leonard or anybody else, he had to come down to 147. I'm saying, like, how do you do that? After going through it myself, I understand now.
Yeah, I got you.
If you've ever been to the Kronk gym, you'll know how hard.
I'm only telling you. Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like training in a steam room.
Yeah, exactly. So was Cabbage Town like being a steam room too. Like Sully's is like a steam room too. Yeah. So really hot places for sure. Well, hey guys, we got to cut off here. Oh, sorry guys, we got to cut off here. We're actually out of time already, guys.
Is the Cabbage Town boxing gym still there?
Yeah, actually it is. Yeah, they're shut down for a little while because of COVID, but they're back around again. Yeah, it's Mr. Peter Wiley and gang and company. So yeah, still around.
I'm gonna go up there one day. I got family up there. I'm gonna go up, stop by there one day. Yeah.
Yeah, please do. So come by and see me as well.
Yes, down the road. No, I will. Yes, sir.
Right on.
I will.
Excellent.
We're gonna run this back again.
Yeah, we'll do, guys. Get back to the show again real soon. Oh, as always, a fantastic talking with everybody here on the show. So we'll see you guys real soon, and we'll see you folks at home real soon as well. So thanks for folks for watching the show. We'll see you again real soon. Remember, TV. Thanks, Kirk.
Thanks, Steve. And Wyatt and Justin, Steve, you guys keep up and keep on training and keep mental.
Yeah, thanks, Wyatt.
Keep yourself mental. It's mental preparation that's going to get you there.
Right on. Great advice from a great champ over there.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you guys real soon. Thanks again. Take care. All the best.
Guys.
See ya. Take care. Take care.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Cheers.
Take care. All right.